Hi, this is Fujuna, and today I'm going to talk about, wait for it, the Troi Classic series. The reason I'm going to talk about them is because recently I read Datta by Sharachandra Chattopadhyay and I reviewed it in a video, and ever since then I kept getting all these questions: where to find this book, what is this edition, what is this pretty book, and you can't find it in your local bookshops, and etc. 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 So I thought, why not make this video, right? So this is why I'm making this video. But before that, let's talk about classics literature. And because I'm going to talk about a lot of classics books today, so let's start with that. A classic literature is something that passed the test of time. Simply put, a classic literature is something that keeps generating dialogue, discourse around it and among the readers throughout time, and in every age, or since the book is published, in every age and time, there have been groups who have loved it, who have hated it, and that's basically it. And classic literature does not necessarily mean you have to love it or you will love it. It means it has some element that is food for thought. And I think that's very easy way to categorize or describe classic literature. And if you have any more question regarding that, please leave in the comment section. So I love to reply to you or get to know more about it. But for the sake of the video, let's get into it. So this is, let's talk about this. Yeah. This is really heavy, so I'm just going to put one book and talk about the same. So this is part of Batighar Prakashoni's Dhrupadi collection series. And if you are into classic literature, you might have known that there are different publication house always publishing different editions of classics like Wordsmith Classics, Bound Classics, or Penguin or Barnes and Nobles, and all Folio Society. They are publishing their version of a classic book. And what that really means is they are just packaging the book in their new cover and they're selling it to us. So, like that, Batighar did something incredible, and they decided to publish their own line of classic books, and they called this series Troi Classic series. And this series is actually inspired by the cloth-bound series of Penguin Classics, like the illustration in the book. Is it focus? Can you see it? Yeah. And these books are actually illustrated by a Bangladeshi illustrator named Shobbosati Hajra. And I love all the illustrations in these books, and I love the size. It's really small, beautiful, and they don't come with dust jacket. They just hardback books. They come like this, and I love them. But more detail about them is they are published by, as I have said, Batighar Prakashoni. They are a publishing house, and they're also a bookshop chain. And so they have bookshops in Dhaka, Chittagong, Rajshahi, Sylhet, and you can find this book from Batighar's website. You can Google them, www.batighar.com, and you'll find them, their website, and you can order from there. I don't know, and I'm not sure if they ship outside of Bangladesh, but if you're watching from India, you can get this book from Books of Bengal. Yeah. And this video is not sponsored by any of them. So yeah, let's talk about all the books that I own from this series. They have come up with, I believe, 11 or 12 books, and I have 8 of them. The books that I don't own are Pishat Sindhu, because I already own a beautiful edition of this, and I think that is from some Indian publication. And I also don't have Gitanjali. I don't think I am ever going to buy it. Or I also don't have some other book. I have another edition of, maybe someday I'll collect that, not now. So okay, the books are Datta by Sharachandra Chattopadhyay. As you can, I have already held it a long time. So I read this book and I absolutely love this book. If you want to start reading classics, Bangla classics mainly, I highly recommend reading this book. And the next book is Grihodaho by Sharachandra Chattopadhyay. This is actually really, really, really pretty, and I haven't read it yet. I am planning to read it this year, but I don't know if I'm going to manage the time, because I always plan what I'm going to read and then just keep putting it off. But I have heard only good things about it. And the next book is Kapalkuntula by Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. My friend recently bought me this book and he said, I have to read this, so I'm planning to read this year. Can you see the cover? Yeah. And the next book is Sheshar Kopita. Is it on focus? I hope so. So I actually, this is another one of my really, really, really favorite books, and I read this 2 years ago. And if you want to start reading literature again, classics literature again, this is a very good place to start. And people have lot of opinions about this book, but I really loved it. Next one is Kobe. I started reading this book. Mm, I started reading this book last year. Tried reading it a few times, but couldn't really read it. It's not because of anything about the book, actually. The book is really great. I just was not in a mood to read any physical book last year, so that impacted my enjoyment of reading this book. But hopefully this year I can read it because I have read a lot of physical books this year. So maybe hopeful. Next book is Arunuk by Vibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay. I am actually currently reading this book. I have read few pages and so far I am loving it. And this reminds me of winter and green and woods. And I don't know if the whole book is set on the same weather or not, but let's see. The next one is Shaptapadi by Tarashankar Bandyopadhyay. I bought this book last year. No, the year before that. Yes, in December 2022, and I was visiting Dhaka, and I bought this book. I have been meaning to read this book, and this is really short. I should read it soon, right? Yeah, I should. I will. And the last book from the series that I have is Pather Pachali by Vibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay. I started reading this book last year and I read halfway through and realized that I'm just going to be sad reading this book, so there's no point reading this book anymore. I will read this book when I feel mentally stable. I'm not in a mentally like this. I don't want this kind of sadness right now. I want different kind of sadness, like two people in love and their hearts breaking, or two mentally unstable people are dying and they're I want that kind of sadness, not this kind of sadness. This is like will mentally wreck me. So I'm putting this book off for uh I don't know, until my mental health is restored. So yeah, these are the books that I own from this series and I plan to collect most of them, and if money supports and if my pocket supports me. So these are the books. I know this video is really all over the place, but I really wanted to make this video because I love talking about pretty books, and these are really some of my favorite uh, covers, and I love that all my classics will be in the same size and same cover, and I can keep them in my shelf and they'll look perfect together. So yeah, if you have any more questions about this or any more question about anything really, leave in the comment section below. Please like and share, and that helps me grow. And I have been sick for a long time now, so maybe I'll be a little what mm, inactive. So okay, bye bye.